ephemera today too, which will be
Oh,
fun.
cool. Hey, hello everyone. Hopefully the notification for YouTube will go out to let everyone know that we are live. And hello, hello. I am here with Nancy from This Overstuffed House. And hello, Tracy. I see you in the chat, and I'm sure a couple people will start popping in. And hello to everyone who is coming in. We've got a big variety of fun things to show today for sale. And I am going to start with grabbing your channel.
Ah, okay.
And so, hello, Shirley. Let me write down Nancy's channel or Nancy channel. That works. Okay. And hello, Nancy. So for anyone who has not yet had an opportunity to subscribe to This Overstuffed House, I put the channel link there. And yes, Tracy, the past 2 days I have been everywhere.
Yeah, you've been a very busy woman.
I was on Pat Doodle's channel last night. I was on Teresa's channel this morning. I did a sale on Monday on my channel, and now I'm back. But the good news is that I'm making some room and some space where I need to, so that's important for me.
That's true. Space is important. I get that completely, because space here is a premium.
Yes, that's why Nancy has an overstuffed house.
Exactly. Exactly.
And for anyone who does not know Nancy, go ahead and give a little talk about you, your house, and the Boy Scouts, because Nancy does have to leave the sale a little early. I will keep going, but Nancy's got to leave a little early because of Boy Scouts.
Yes, I grew up in a Boy Scout family. There were 4 brothers and a scout troop. So I was troop mascot and on scout property by the time I was 3 weeks old.
And hi, Jonathan and Lucid.
So I am very active with Boy Scouts. I'm an assistant scoutmaster. And right now we went from 68 kids to now we have 47 or 48. But it's a very busy troop. And because there's that many, they actually made a position where one of the assistant scoutmasters handles advancements. So that's me, all the lovely paperwork about merit badges. But I also have This Overstuffed House, which is from inheriting from 3 different estates within a 14-year period. The first one was the house and all the stuff that was still in that. And then it turned out there were storage units that none of us knew Mom still had. So I have stuff that goes back to my great-grandparents. And I knew 5 of their 9 kids, and I knew the oldest, who was born in 1900. So that gives you an age, a date timeline of that. I will have stuff from just before 1900 all the way down. And then the last inheritance was 6 years ago now, and it was a massive amount of books, which I sold off for 6 years. That's all I did was books. And then I got downsized out of a job, and I had to give up the storage units. All got down to just 1, but it was a big one. And then, downsizing happens. So it all came into the house, which is why the living room is called Warehouse 13, because a lot of it's lined up in boxes behind me. But, YouTube helps, and I have an eBay store and an Etsy store, and everything has its little niche. A lot of craft stuff goes to Etsy, and a lot of more pop culture stuff goes to eBay, and then I bring the vintage stuff to you guys. And I'm doing it.
And I'm putting Nancy's channel link again into the chat. So if you haven't yet subscribed or haven't had a chance to check out her Etsy or eBay stores, here's her YouTube channel, which will get you closer to seeing what all she has. And hello, Suze and Mary and Proud American. Hello there and welcome. It is great to have you guys here. And so, yes, because of merit badges and all of that stuff, Nancy will have to leave a little early. She'll let me know. I think it's just a couple hours. We'll have her. And
you have me at least for 2.
All right.
We know that much. You have me at least for 2.
And she's getting really, really close to 1,000. She's at, I think, 900 and...
It's 911. So somewhere since last night and this morning, I lost one. You know, YouTube does that all the time.
It does.
They take a few away every now and then, and I'll get there.
Yes, which is a really good reminder. So for all of you guys in the chat and anybody who watches this on the replay, take a second and go through your subscriptions on YouTube, because YouTube has a terrible habit of just randomly unsubscribing you from channels. And I find that on mine. It's like I'll be going through my list and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I'm subscribed to that person and now I'm not. And so then you got to go subscribe again. It makes no sense how YouTube
It seems to be if it's somebody that you may not have specifically gone to their channel directly through your subscription list. No, I mean through the subscription list.
No, because there are people I've been subscribed to. I hardly ever go on their chat. I mean, I don't even know if a few of them I've ever gone on there other than to click subscribe. And I'm still subscribed to them. And then people that I have been active on, they'll unsubscribe me. No, there really is no rhyme. It makes no sense. As most things with YouTube make no sense. Hello, Katie. Good to see you.
That's true.
Yeah, so my recommendation is just every once in a while, maybe once a month even, just go through your subscribers, who you think you're subscribed to, and just make sure that you're still subscribed to them, because there's a chance there's 1 or 2 in there that YouTube has just decided that they're going to unsubscribe you from, which is really dirty, because then you don't get the notifications and everything that you want to also. And then you got to play catch up. But so we've got some great things. We've got some regular priced items. I've got a couple offer items. And again, with my offers, I do a going once, going twice, and a sold to kind of end that. I ship from Washington State. Nancy ships from Pennsylvania, so we're on opposite coasts of the country. And what else am I going to say? I don't know. If anybody has any questions at any time, throw them into the chat. We'll do our best to read them and see. And hello, Jen. Yes, working and lurking is a popular thing to do, but I am so glad that you're here, stopped in, gave the thumbs up, I'm sure. And thank you for everyone for the thumbs up. And let's see.
Now I should let everybody know that because I have this sale today and then my own sale tomorrow.
Yes, I was going to say, what do you have coming up?
And my sale doesn't start till 11 p.m. Eastern time. And then I have physical therapy first thing in the morning. So you're not going to see an invoice from me before Saturday at the earliest. And for those who know, I have been behind.
I'm always behind
because of that. Well, and I got really behind, especially with the accident when I tore up my hip and all that. So, 3 weeks of bed rest will just completely blow your shipping schedule. That is 90% caught up, done. And I had one of my former scouts redid my shipping table and area. So now it's 12 inches higher, no more back spasms.
Nice.
I can actually pack longer than 20 minutes and then have to lay down. But you won't see an invoice before Saturday though, simply because Friday I know is going to be traction therapy. And I'll have been up until 3 or 4 in the morning and have to be up again by 8:30. So I'm going to come home and take a nap on Friday. So don't expect an invoice before Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
But I will try to get them. I will try to get them all out by Monday night.
And we do appreciate everyone's patience because yes, I am frequently sales or so behind. So, so yeah, I don't, you know, I know that everybody is nice and patient with us, and we just extend that, that patience back to, you know, thank you for your patience. How about that? And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and get started, and I will let Nancy go first.
Okay.
And again, for anyone coming in, Nancy will be here for the next couple hours, and then she has to, there we go. Then she'll have to leave to go take care of the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, then I have to limp away. Then I have to limp away. So let's start with, I found I had another one of these. It's a vintage Avon box of soap, but the soap is in here, but the box is really cool looking. I love
that. Is very cool.
Now it doesn't have, it still says Avon Products, New York, New York, and printed in the USA, but I didn't find a date anywhere on it. But it does still have the little liner thing over the soaps, if I can get that off of there. And I'm trying to carefully get it off because one side is still stuck. So they would put these decals on.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see that the soap has turned them yellow. And I'm a little leery of pulling it off all the way because you can see it's starting to pull the decal off of the soap on that one. But they actually still smell nice and flowery. Summer butterflies is what they called it. So we have this, and this is a great little find. If you want to just use it to decorate for spring, you can set it up this way or have it in the bathroom and have it as a nice decorative thing for that. And it is $6. And it's number 75. $6, number 75.
And hello, Teresa and Maury and Sue. I saw you guys come in. And yes, Jen, you are not mistaken. There is a TARDIS behind Nancy.
Okay, did you take a good look at the t-shirt then? They're all the doctors as cats. Very, very into Doctor Who here.
And that's why her cat is called the Doctor.
The cat is the Doctor. Her mother was River Song. Her siblings were Davros, Amelia, and Rory. So, and now we have a kitten that just showed up.
Oh my.
Apparently Rory had, when I first saw Rory come around, Rory had some weight to her and looked healthy. And then she disappeared. And when she came back again, she was skin and bones. Well, now she's brought a little friend who looks to be about 7 months old and is the spitting image of the Doctor, except this one doesn't have any white patches on its chest. It is all black. And it has no fear of me because she came up and it followed her right on up to be fed. And today it climbed onto my lap.
Oh, how
sitting
sweet.
On the porch. So I might be rescuing 2 cats. I'm sure the Doctor will be so thrilled that her sister may be bringing a niece with her. She'll be so thrilled. Once I get enough to take them to the vet, because they can't come in until they get checked out.
Yeah.
So the next thing I have is this wonderful image. I love the image. I love the flower garlands around
so pretty.
it. Wonderful reticulated plate. Now this does say Germany on the back. Just flat out Germany. No made in or anything, just that. And I was trying to figure out, I do think it's transfers. The center certainly is. But when you try to look at some of the garlands, some of the roses have this little raised bit that almost looks like they put just a hint of color on some of the roses in the garlands. But
it could be
I think
both.
most of it, Yeah, I think it's mostly it's a transfer with like little tiny touches of paint accents. And it is 8 inches across, point to point. But it is a wonderful, wonderful piece. There's not a chip on it anywhere, no cracks. And to the light, I'm surprised that there's really no crazing, which surprised me. And all the gold is in really good shape too. All that gold edging, the little line that runs around it. And so this wonderful little German plate. This German plate is $8 and it's number 62. $8, number 62.
That's amazing with all those little points.
Isn't it though? Because a lot of times you'll find like a little chip, just a little flea bite. And I didn't find any. Then there are a few spots where, like, I think I found 2 of them where they feel kind of sharp, but I looked at them, got my trusty jeweler's glass, and the glaze is right over top of those spots. So It's not the chip, it's just the way it was manufactured. But what got me is that there's no made in.
Right.
And I don't remember the date of when it had to have it say made in the country. Because I think at some point it had to add that on, didn't they? So I don't know.
Usually, trying to figure out, like, with Germany, sometimes it's like, is it before World War I or just after World War I? Yeah, time frame wise, I do get a little confused with how Germany stuff is marked before and after World War I. But I definitely think it's around that period. That is a lovely piece. And that was how much again?
That was
$8. Okay.
$8, number 62.
All right. And hello, Jeannie. I saw that you popped in. Okay, so for some boho lovers out there, I've got a couple of handmade boxes. I'm going to sell these as a set because they are so cool to go together. It looks like these are made out of handmade paper also. And we can try to decide, this one, which animal this is. So I'm leaning towards goat on this one, but I'm going to show you all the images around, and then you can make your determination between goat or maybe cow. I'm not sure, but I'm leaning towards goat on this one. And I'll show the inside, which is also hand painted. And then you can see this is a very natural paper that was used. It looks like it was made and then used to make this box, which I think is really cool. And then this one, hi Paula, has, I think, oranges around the outside here. And then we've got this lady with her peppers is what it looks like. And then this one also has a nice painting on the inside. And again, that very textured paper used for the boxes. And I thought this was really just so cool, so boho, and really fun little statement pieces. They are going to be $10 for both of them. And they are number 18. So you get both of them for $10, number 18. And then let's see. I'm going to do a teacup. So this is a beautiful made in England teacup. And I'm going to show the saucer because it really shows the image very nicely of these beautiful flowers. It's got a butterfly on it. This is marked Rosina. It is bone china made in England. And then you can see the beautiful design on the cup also.
That's gorgeous.
It's a really pretty pattern. I love this. It's just so bright and cheery. And here's the inside. We've got a little bit of gold on the handle. And then this also says Rosina Bone China. And for the cup and saucer, this is $8. And it's number 16. $8, number 16 for that one. And oops. Let me get this so I'm not going to drop it. Okay. And we'll go back to Nancy.
Okay. I have a very sheer, I mean, I know you can see my glasses through there. It is a very sheer vintage handkerchief. Now they did an overcast stitch, but it looks more, because it's so perfectly even, I suspect that it's one of the early machine stitches. But there is a pattern to it besides the flowers. There's a white on white, which is very hard to see even when you have it on your hand. I can really only see it when I hold it up to the light. But there's a 4-petal coming out pattern around these little ones. And then there's these big arches that come over everything else. And I didn't even know it had it until I held it up to the light last night and happened to see it, because it's white on white and you just don't notice it right away.
It is hard to see it.
Yeah, but it is a really pretty handkerchief. Now, I was having trouble because at first I thought it was silk, but I think it's one of the really early, not a polyester, but more of a nylon, which would put it in like the 40s. I mean, because that was coming out then. Now, the only issue that I've really found with it is there is a spot here where the thread is where the seams met when they went around, and they didn't tuck that in, or they did and it started to come out. And it's 12 by 12. So it's, for a handkerchief, that's a pretty good size, you know. But it is a pretty little thing, and I thought I would share the wealth of some of these neat handkerchiefs. So this one, the sheer handkerchief, is $4, and it's number 59. It's $4, number 59. You know, the neat part of this is I know some people make doll clothes out of these, and this would make the cutest little pinafore because of the sheerness of it for around a doll.
Well, and that the flowers aren't just in the corner, they're all the way around the design. I really like that.
And if you notice that the big ones are not in each corner. They're in opposite corners. So if you're going to make something with it, you could actually go this way and have the big one as the center and have two of that. So it is an unusual one, because I've never seen one that was sheer like that. That's very different.
And thank you, Lucid, for putting my channel in and asking everybody to double check that they were subbed still to my channel. I appreciate that.
Now, the other item I have, the next item, is I have 5 Vintage Simplicity Fashion News. Now, these were always put out as a supplemental. Here we go. We'll do it this way. To whatever was the big book that you looked through. And a lot of these little supplement ones you could take home. Now, what I found cool about some of these is they have the ad for grants on the back. That'll tell some of you how old that is.
I don't know what grants is.
Grants on the East Coast was a big department store.
Oh.
And let's see, the date on this one is 1969.
Ooh.
But the neat part of these is because, like, a lot of the images are smaller. So if you wanted to cut them out and use this for junk journaling, for someone to do a fashion journal. What cracks me up is some of these. This picture cracked me up the most because that yellow dress, that yellow slip dress on the this, there it goes. That one. Because I can't tell right from left with the way this turns things around. I have seen teenagers wearing dresses like that, and I went, "Good Lord, it's back." They have no idea it's from the 60s, but it's back. I just so wanted to walk up to one of my scout sisters going, you need some white high calf boots to go with that. But it does have some great images. So you have, this says April, you have May. Now this one has a crinkled up cover and first page, but the rest of the pages are good. This one is February.
Hi, Nate. And hi, Tony.
And we have October.
Ooh, she is smiling.
I like that one, but I'm not wearing that. That's too much plaid for me. No. That's just too much for me. And then what's this one? This one's another one for March.
Oh, I love
it. Who does that remind you of? That outfit with the hair bandana. I took one look at that and thought of Jody.
Oh, well, sure.
I was like, she could rock that outfit even today. So there are 5 of them, and it's $4. Wait, I take that back. It's $5. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at the number for the handkerchief. So there's 5 of them, and it's $5, and they're number 80. $5.
Oh, those are 80. Fantastic.
Aren't they great? They are so cool.
Yeah.
They were real fun to look through.
Yeah, those fashions are a lot of fun, and the colors are tons of fun.
And I see Sarah Lee.
And hi, Carrie. And hi, Sarah Lee, if I haven't said hi.
And if you need to email me your information, that's my email right there.
And then I've already lost track. That was 2, right?
That was 2. It's your turn now.
Okay. I have got a wonderful little jar here. It's got a lid. Nice pottery. And what this is it is a replica of an item from a museum. I did end up with several of these items. And so this one actually says, copy, handmade, geometric period, 900 BC. And so this is from the World Traveler Estate. And they spent a lot of time in Greece, or they made one trip to Greece and bought a ton of stuff. But it looks like, they bought a lot of things from the gift shop. And the gift shop was full of these items that I'm going to guess are reproductions of items that are in the museum. And this one I just love. I mean, this is very geometric. Now, all of the items seem to have this little thing on it, and I'm not quite sure if that just just lets us know that that's a copy or what it is. But the images on here, oops, I'm going to drop that again. Okay, it's just going to stay there till I'm done showing it. But the images are so cool. And then we've got all this on the bottom also. And then, oops. And then again, it says it's a copy. And I'm sure that it was purchased in the gift shop. Now it's just trinket box size. Really cool, but love the design on this. This is going to be bird. Yeah, isn't that neat? And it's really small. It must have been painted on with just a paintbrush that just had a few little hairs on it, because it is tiny. And all of these little images on here are tiny. I mean, look at it up to my head. You can see how small that is. But yeah, it must have been done just very, very small paintbrush. This is going to be $10. And it's number 24. Oops, there we go. 24, $10. And yep, you will get the lid with it also. Just as I'm holding it up on its side, it just wants to keep falling off. Okay, and then I am going to show a pair of salt and pepper shakers. And these are made in Japan turtles. So here they are. These again, very like early 70s, late 60s. And from the sticker that was used, it's the round sticker, definitely is the late 60s, early 70s sticker that was used for Made in Japan. Each one is a different glaze, and you can see it's got the red clay, and they do have their stoppers. And so this one has a nice little kind of geometric design on top of his little dome, and here's his face, and he's got a drip glaze on him, and he's got 3 holes on top. This guy has 4 holes on top. He also has a lot of drip glaze going on, and there is his cute little face. And for the pair, Made in Japan, they are $15, number 28. And those are my 2, and we'll go back to Nancy.
Okay. So I have an offer up for those who like vintage ephemera. I have some old let me figure out what year it was. 1947 wedding cards. These were from my mother's wedding shower. Some of them have writing on the back because it says, you see, it says electric alarm clock. It says what the gift was.
And we're going to start these at how much?
So we are going to start these at $6.
Okay.
Because wedding cards are not often found. And they are one of the harder ones. I know everybody's like has a hard time finding Halloween, or they have a hard time finding St. Patrick's Day, or certain holidays, especially the spring ones. But you can find birthday cards, you can find Christmas cards. You cannot find these.
And what year were those from again?
1947 was when my parents got married. And then Steve showed up that December. Math was a little off back then. But they had been engaged for, I think, a year at that point anyway. So,
well, I would hope so.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was also, remember, it was also wartime because Dad was in the Navy. Dad was away in the Navy, so right out of high school. So there's one, and we have, this one has a frame there, and you open it up, and it's the image of the bridal couple. So there's 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love that one because she looks more like Cinderella fleeing from the ball than she does a bride.
She does.
To me.
Yeah.
It's like that was 6, and then there's 7, 8, 9. So there's 10 altogether.
Oh my goodness.
The illustrations are just so sweet. And even the insides of most of them have some little image. And see, look, there's Cinderella's shoe. So with 2 of them at least, even if you didn't want them for the bride thing, you could use it as Cinderella because there's the shoe. And apparently that one was a flamingo colored towel set.
Oh,
so I guess it's pink. Yeah, it just cracked me up that there was writing. I did keep some of these because, and there's 2 of this one, because there's certain ones that I think the gift is still here.
Oh, wow.
So I just thought that was too funny. So there were certain ones that I kept.
Oh, yeah, that would be great to match those up.
Look at how tiny that, I don't think my camera's going to focus on it, but that's a tiny little jasmine flower underneath my fingers.
Wow.
So if you are doing some kind of project that needs teeny little floral images, these are great cards to find for that because most of them have flowers. the cool part of this one too is all of this around the edge is embossed.
That is
with
so
more
pretty.
Flowers. And it's just so great. And so, and this one too this is the other one that's embossed. And this one, if I tilt it right, you can actually see it better because there's some coloring that the bells are all embossed. And what's on the inside of this one? And this one has a little greenery corsage with more bells on the inside. So I saw Lucid at 6.
Yes.
And but these were such a neat find. And these are just from the shower. So I'm betting at some point when I get into Mom's cedar chest, I'll bet you I find the ones from the wedding.
That would be nice.
Oh, the day I do that cedar chest, I have to film it all because I was never allowed to be in there without her.
Oh, definitely.
So I have no idea what's in most of that cedar chest. So I see Carrie T at 7. And
okay, so I think we'll start counting this one down. So we are going once and going twice.
So you have 10 1947 vintage bridal shower cards. Oh, that's a jump. Carrie's in it to win it here.
And sold.
All right.
And we'll just wait a second for the gap, for the lag. There we go, the lag.
Okay, and Carrie, you will need to email me your information because you're new to me.
Oops. There we go. And then I lost track. Was that your first one or was that the second one?
That was the first one.
Okay, good.
Because the second one's a pair of earrings. So, okay, so
I'll type the email in just in case it's I know sometimes if you're looking on your phone it's a little too small.
Oh, that's true. It might be too tiny if they're on their phone.
I will type it into the chat.
Now
and Lucid did too. Thank you, Lucid.
Thank you, Lucid. Now I do have some jewelry today. Now these are modern. There we go. And they have, my lighting is all off today. I know why. I forgot to put the one up there on. So they have this little teal colored drop that is on there. Now they are marked LC, which I looked it up, and LC, the LC dangle earrings are Lauren Conrad. So they are a designer that started in the early 2000s, and the finish on them, they have a finish that's meant to look like it's meant to look like a really dark copper, but they're not very big. So you can see, that they're not huge. Teal is definitely not my color though. So these though are Lauren Conrad pair of earrings, and they are $5, number 50. $5, number 50 for those. And they're from, I think her stuff all came out in the early 2000s.
Well, I think she's still doing stuff.
Is she?
I think so. But I think she's doing more fashion than acting, that's for sure. Because, yeah, they're right. Because she is more known as like an actress that started on the OC. That's where I know her from. But
okay, that's why the name is familiar.
Yeah, but she does. Yeah, I think she's still doing some designing. But I think she's, probably a little more known for the fashion than for the acting right now.
Okay. All right. Well, that was my 2.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do a little Christmas. And I have one of these really pretty little bead ornaments. This one, though, was done, I'm going to say probably in the 70s or so, that the satin ball, and I'm going to try to get a spot here where you can see, there's a little bit of yellowing on the white of the satin ball. And like there's a spot over here I can see right there. You can see that there's a little bit of yellowing in there. Still a beautiful ball. We've got nice velvet here for the hanger, and we've even got a really fancy little pin there with the beads on it. And we've got the beautiful sequin and pins, and it's just a lovely design with the ribbons that are on there. And then this is a velvet ribbon also down to the bottom, and just really nice. And again, if you wanted to take it and put it onto a new ball, it would be really easy. You've got the design right there. You can just transfer it over to a new one if you wanted to, or just use this one. It is lovely. But again, I just wanted to point out that there are a couple of yellow spots on there. So this one is going to be $10, and it's number 35. So $10, number 35. And let's see, I will do another little teacup here. So I did bring 2 teacups today, and this one has a lovely swirl design. You can see that right there. And then the plate also matches with a swirl design. Lovely pink roses on here. This is marked Creative Fine China, and it is made in Japan. And that is also marked the same with the same beautiful flowers. It's just a nice set. I liked the style of it, liked the little swirl that it has. And this is going to be $8, and it's number 10 for the lovely pink roses. And those are my 2. And we'll go back to Nancy.
Nancy has to unmute. Okay, so now we have this neat little porcelain guy, all black and white. He's really well made. Now there's no glaze on the bottom, but look how white that porcelain is under there. It is really, let me turn that a little bit so there's not quite the glare. So it's that really nice pure white porcelain. It is a gorgeous little piece. The lid does not come off, and I looked at it really closely. It was made that way. So it was made as a decorative little piece. I did not find a maker. I didn't find out who the maker was. And as usual, I have lost my ruler again. I think I need to knit more than one sitting around here. But I do like the big tree, and there's this great big tree, and there's what looks like possibly pheasants flying away up here, but it's all kind of weird because then there's this big old rooster. And there's a smaller bird. Where is it? There's a smaller bird over here. So I kind of expected it to be, like a hunting forest scene, but it's not. It's a tree, and it's kind of hard to see on you guys because this camera hates doing close up. But the hen is right where my finger is. Though I think for you guys, it just shows up as all black because the camera facing front on this phone is just They always make great cameras on the back of the phone, never on the one facing you. So this cute little thing is 4¼ inches tall, but how cool would that be? I mean, being black and white, I know some people decorate with black and white for New Year's. Yeah, it's a, is it, now you'd think I'd know this because I spent 6 years working in Joann Fabrics. Is it toll or toil? I don't know.
See, and I always pronounce it more like, how do I pronounce it? Toile?
Yeah, see, I don't know. I've heard that way too. So I don't know which way is the right way. But I do like the shape of it. And I like the black and white because this could be out for New Year's. It could be out all year long because sometimes just a little bit of black in a decor setting helps like ground it somehow, which is something
Well, there's
I
a
had
lot
read
of black
about.
and white kitchens also.
Oh, that's
that
true.
would be
There's black and white
fabulous in a
kitchens.
black and white
Yeah,
kitchen.
it's just such a cool
Wow.
little thing. I love
Thank
it.
you,
I
guys.
love the shape of that handle.
That would also
Wow,
make a
okay.
really neat Christmas ornament also.
Wouldn't it? It's just so cool that I was like, I have to rescue this and pass it on. So this lovely little mini coffee pot is $6. It's a nice porcelain piece. It's $6, number 58. But it is a little beautiful piece.
Mm-hmm.
I see you out of the corner of my eye. What do you want? Somebody wants to crash the party and there's no room. Now,
that has never stopped the cat from doing anything.
Oh, hey, no claws. What are you doing? Trouble. She has taken to just like one or two little, and just get you just enough to get attention. What? She must have just woken up because I have not seen her since I came home from therapy. And I got home from therapy at like 1:30. And this is the first she's appeared. So I have these. Now, these were from the 80s. I can guarantee that. I did have new rubber stoppers on the back. These do not have a maker's mark. They are a really dark plum color.
Okay, that's what color they look.
Yeah, they're square earrings. They have a little lip part around the edge. But, I've had them for decades, and I think I've worn them twice. So I cleaned out my jewelry box a bit, started pulling out the 80s stuff. So for the square plum earrings, it is $3, and it's number 67. $3, number 67. And they're not quite the size of a nickel for the size. So, but a lot of that 80s stuff is coming back, but I'm not going to wear these. They're just not my style. I like dangly ones. I do like the dangly ones. So they're not quite my style. So $3, number 67. And that's my 2.
Okay. I have a trivet that is framed. This is a tile trivet in a beautiful wood frame. It does have little feet, like little silicone feet on the back there. And you definitely could put a nail and hang this on the wall. It is by Villeroy and Bach. It's from 2000. And we've got this cute little gal in a little like forest scene. She's got a tree and the beautiful little flowers, birds flying. And this is just, let's see, the frame is about 9 by 9 inches, and it's a very nice piece of wood. And this is $10, and it's number 6. $10, number 6. Yes, it is a great brand. It is a very, very high quality brand, and the tile that is inside here is very nice, as is the wood. Really good quality wood on that one. And then I have a pink little dish here, little serving dish. It is pink glass. And this has a beautiful floral design in the center. It also has on each of the corners here a floral design there, and then there and there. Now the edges, there are a couple of rough spots on the edges. Not sure if those are flea bites or if they just weren't really sanded down after it was taken out of a mold. But it's a beautiful dish that is, let's see, from handle to handle, this is 12 inches across. So great for serving. This is $10, and it is number 8. $10, number 8 for the pink dish. And those are my two.
Yeah, crashing has never stopped her from crashing the party.
Hello, doctor.
Say hello. I know you heard your name. Your ears started twitching.
The doctor will not be denied.
No, she will not. She will not be denied. Wait till she finds out that it's possible that she has a niece coming around now. Boy, that's going to be fun. She and Rory get within 2 feet of each other. Anything closer, and they hiss. One or the other of them will hiss. So I don't know what's going to happen now that Rory is bringing this 7-month-old little one with her.
They'll get used to each other.
They will. She got used to Rory pretty fast. Once she got close enough to smell her, she calmed down a great deal because I think she recognized that that is her sibling.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But so she's doing her, afternoon 10-minute perch on mom thing. So let's see. Let's do something small then that I can hold up one-handed. So this is another pair of these always made me think of like Dynasty with the giant earrings. Now these have a neat, I can't do them both. So can you see the enamel work on this? The swirl? They have these really neat swirl of enamel on them. They are it's just a pressed metal back. So they're not heavy at all. There's no maker's mark. Get a hold of the other one. And the other one it has a green, and then there's a dark blue as well that swirls in. And when you see it up close, it's a little bit sparkly. Not like glittery sparkly, but just in the coloring itself, there's something in there. So for the green swirl pierced ears, this is $3 and it is for the pair. I just can't hold both of them up and the cat. So it's $3, number 74 for the pair of the 1980s swirl earrings. Now they're not so big as a 50-cent piece, but they are a little bit larger than a quarter. I think that's more of a dollar coin size because they're a little bit bigger. So they are really kind of cool. Now I have a brooch, and it's a little bit different because it has more of that pre-Raphaelite aesthetic movement kind of look. So this is an offer up, and it's going to start at $5, but it is a lyre. It is a lyre harp with ivy leaves that stand out. I mean, you can see if she'll get down, there she goes. Go on all the way, because I need both hands for this. So you can see that there is some open work to it. But then if I turn it sideways, you can see that it actually is dimensional, that those the ivy leaves are up above the level of that little cabochon in the center, and that's a dark green in the center. But it is such a wonderful little pin. And the back, there's no maker's mark, and you can see the back. It has the rivet holding on the piece, and it does have the safety clasp that curls around on there. But it is a great piece, and I like the colors for fall and the ivy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny is because I looked at that and I kept going, what kind of flower is that? And then I realized, like, duh, you idiot, it's a lyre harp. Not the kind you see very often.
No.
But it is a great little pin. And I see Paula is at 5. Now this is with the point. That little point here coming down makes it just a hair under 2.5 inches long, because you have this little part of the ivy vine that comes down here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is so cool, and it would be so neat for fall because, you know, when you have the colorful sweaters on and stuff with all that open work to it, you'd see the color of whatever you're wearing underneath it, which would just help accent the pin even more.
True. Okay, so we do have Paula at $5. We'll go ahead and start counting this down. We are going once. And
that's a great little piece.
Going twice. It's very unusual.
Isn't it? I just thought that was such a neat one to bring because you don't see anything. I mean, it's not very old, but it has that look to it that just reminded me of the pre-Raphaelite art and the Art Nouveau aesthetic. Mm-hmm. You know, all of those late 1800, early 1900 movements that were going on.
Okay, and sold.
Okay.
We'll wait for the lag. All right, and that's Paula 123.
All right, thank you, Paula. One. Don't give me dirty looks. Not dinner time.
Oh, the doctor.
She's very spoiled now that Gandalf had passed away earlier this year. She thinks she rules everything, and she's also very bored. You know, like she doesn't apparently have enough toys. She's very bored. So she plays with mommy.
Well, then hopefully you can get the other cats inside because I'm sure she would love to play with them also.
Yes.
I have got this wonderful little figurine of a mama cat. Speaking of cats and kittens, we've got a mama cat and the bed and 4 little kittens here who are playing. They are so cute. This is about, it's about 5 inches long and maybe 2.5 inches tall. I'll get in here close so you can see how cute they all are. And I do see all of their hands and toes and tails and all those good things. No mark on the bottom as to who made this. So there must have been a sticker that is unfortunately gone, but I just thought they were so cute. And they are going to be $12, number 27, for this adorable little figurine, all the little playful kittens.
That is so cute.
And then I'm going to do a brooch, and I'm going to do an offer on this one. And this one is going to start at $15.
Ooh.
And let me get that in here. Okay, so this is a little basket of enameled poinsettias and leaves. And then we've got these beautiful little rhinestones. And you got one over here, and then this little cluster. And the enamel is really nice on the leaves and flowers. Beautiful gold tone basket. And what I really liked about this one was the construction. And I'll try to get in here close so you can see that the flowers are all on these individual little strands that are welded in to here or soldered into there. And I just really liked the fact that these were all individual. And I'll turn it this way.
That's a lot of craftsmanship to do it that way, where they're all on a stem like that.
Yes, exactly. Instead of just doing it as a big mold and just having them all there. But yeah, actually taking the time to put them all in there individually. I thought that was a really nice touch with this one. And no signature on here. I was really surprised with the work that went into this. I was very surprised to not see that. But those are lovely. And I do see Deanne at 15. So I will go ahead and start counting this one down. Hello, Jan. We are going once for this beautiful brooch. And going twice. And sold. And let me make sure. Deanne Campbell for 15. Thank you very much. And back to Nancy.
Okay, so my turn to have a teacup and saucer. Isn't that a great pattern?
Oh, cute.
It's the same on both sides. And then you have this wonderful floral saucer. Now it says on the bottom, it's easier to read on the cup, Provincial Designs by Nikko, Japan. And Nikko is Nikko, because if it were Nekko, that's Neko, and that means cat. So this is not, this is Nikko. But they both have the same mark.
Hi, Thomas. Hi, Helen.
But it is such a lovely little piece. It kind of reminds me of like the dancers for Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
You know, it has that kind of, you know, Bavarian beer party look to it with the dancers in there, because he's definitely in his lederhosen, because when you see it up close, you can see that he's got the shorts on, but you can also see this piece of same color brown as the shorts that goes across his chest. And I looked at that and I knew right away what he was wearing. So it is a wonderful cup and saucer. Would be really fun to have as something you could decorate for the fall or any time of year, because the colors aren't particularly just all like orange and greens. You know, there is a blue in there, there is a yellow over skirt, but it is a really nice teacup and saucer for $6. Number 63. $6, number 63 for the Dancing Couple teacup and saucer from Japan.
I know. And you know what? You can have your little teacup and nobody has to know that there's not tea inside.
That's right. I've been saying that all through 2020. You know, if you have it in a teacup, nobody knows what you're drinking. Makes those Zoom meetings go so much easier.
This is the best cup of tea ever.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it got me through some serious committee meetings, I'll tell you.
And Sarah Lee, if for some reason Nancy didn't get your information, I have it so I can give it to her. So don't worry if for some reason the email didn't go through. We'll hook up on that.
I did not see any takers for that. Want some more ephemera? Look at the cover of this. Isn't this beautiful?
Wow, that's like a watercolor.
Great. Yeah, it's an old Women's Day magazine from April 1965. So this thing's just a little older than me because I was born in 65, but not until October. And I found out my boys are up to something because I have an email from a parent going, "What kind of cake do you like?" Why? The Court of Honor is the 27th of October. This is the first time a Court of Honor for the Boy Scouts has fallen on my birthday. I think some of my teenagers are up to something. So
yes, which is next week, just in case anybody wants to mark their calendars next week for the 27th for Nancy's birthday.
This is not missing. This is the fact that this corner had been folded under. So as this faded in color right here, this stayed nice and white because it was folded inside and I had unfolded it. So it doesn't have any real flaws. There's a lot of images of different things. This one is, and sadly, I think quite a few of these missions are gone. I actually looked up a couple of them and there were 2 of them I couldn't find at all of the ones I looked up. And it's about the California missions. And it even gives you a map, and it talks about doing a traveling trail where you go to see them and you travel all down the California coastline.
Oh, and yeah, some of the map right there. Right.
And some of the pictures in here, I forget which 2 it was I looked at, and I couldn't find them on the internet. So it made me wonder if they are still there.
Those would be gone. Those seem to be so protected, historically protected.
Well, but see, the ones when certain areas, the ones that I had trouble finding, the areas they were in have been hit by really bad forest fires in the last 20 years. And they were the ones I couldn't find.
Oh, okay.
So I'm wondering. I did like this. There's a whole section inside, and you can talk about fun eye candy. Is when you find these old magazines and they have the room decor. But boy, is that a lot of green or what?
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. That's a lot of green. So. Yes, Sarah Lee, you did send your info before to me. I'm pretty sure I have you. I need to figure out how to create a spreadsheet. I am technology challenged. That I can then just have a list of names, because right now I take all the emails and they're in the archive of my emails, but I've been looking for an old Rolodex so that I can put everybody's info on that and make it easy. Now, this is cool, too, and then it does have these old quilt things in here, too.
Oh, nice.
So there are some I wanted to show you some of the, the more fabulous photos that were in here. And so this Women's Day from 1965 is $6, and it's number 70. $6, number 70. For the April 1965 Women's Day.
Those are so fun to go through. That cover is
just lovely. That watercolor basket.
Yeah, you could frame that. That's beautiful.
You could. I've actually done that with some magazines have been a little thinner, and I've actually framed them in the past just to have the cover image.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, and that was my 2.
Okay. Oh, and we've got Janine for number 70. Hello, Janine.
Okay.
Oh, and hello, Linda.
Thank you.
So I have an item here. Get it over here like this. Now I had this little I guess it's a potted little heart. I had this. I added the butterflies I put it in a little hurricane here, and I've got a little dish underneath. Now, what I've done in this for display purposes is I've actually flipped the dish underneath because it has a battery pack, and it's just enough room to hide the battery pack and the cord underneath when you flip it. And then the surface is just enough to display this. And then I have the little lights on here for displays, and I had used this for a ladies' tea for like the centerpiece as a fun little decoration. So I am going to sell this now. I don't need it anymore, and I know that someone will be given this a new home, hopefully. I'm going to start this off at $12. And then I'll get in here close so you can see a little more of this. So it's this cute little pot. And then again, we've got the butterfly and then another butterfly. And then this is, I'll show the back here so you can see. It's like a grapevine in the shape of a heart. And then it has all of these little dots attached to it. There are green and pink and white to create the design on here. It is really cute. And then it has some Spanish moss on the bottom, and then the little butterfly is attached with a clip right onto the bow. And it's just a fun little piece with the butterflies and the hearts and the lights. And then this is a battery pack, which is included. I'll take the batteries out because I can't ship them with the batteries. And then this again, let me see if I can flip this over. There we go. So then what I did for display purposes is this fits right on top of here. And then underneath, it gives just enough room to hide the cord and the battery pack as it sits down there. And then you have this really fun little display. And yeah, it could work as like a little night light or just enough of a cute little light. And then I'm going to switch this back so I can put it back down here on the surface. And yeah, it would be just really cute in a bathroom, or you're right, on a bed dresser. And let's see, that will be my first item. There we go. Okay. And then my second item is going to be a little mirror. So this would be beautiful to either use on your little dresser, or it's small enough. I'll put it right up here. It's about 5 inches long, so it would fit in your purse. And it is a beautiful cloisonne design.
That's gorgeous.
And then
I've
it
never
is
seen one like that.
There's the mirror part, and then it has the little metal handle. And yeah, this is a gorgeous piece with all of that beautiful cloisonne work. And this is $18, and it's number 15. And those are my two.
Considering the size, I wonder if that was part of a travel set.
It could have been. Unfortunately, yeah, that was the only piece I found, but I could definitely see that. And
it is.
Hello,
beauty.
Jeannie.
So
good to see you, Jeannie.
I have something for you crafters out there that's a bit different. Pennsylvania Dutch stencil set. And it is intact. It is from 1964. It has not been used. It still has all its stencil pieces in there, and they're not all punched out. Like this one has a bird here, and the branch comes over, and then there's grapes over here. And then this is, I think this is a butterfly, but none of it has been, this is just what's popped out on its own. So they're all intact. It's never been used. So it is a great little set. And let me see if I can get the paper out of here. This shows you the images that are in there. Personally, I like the unicorns because since I was a kid, I've had a hex sign that had the unicorns on it that hung in my room. Oh, geez, from the time I was 10 until I think I finally took it down when I was 40. I still have it, though. It's just packed away right now. But it does have that in there, and it gives you different procedures of how to do the stenciling, whether it's on wood, metal, walls, floors, paper, canvas. In case you're making if you're making a canvas throw rug. So it has it for on cloth. It tells you the different types of paint to use for those. So it has everything. It's from the copyright on the piece of paper says copyright 1949, Jane Zook, Lancaster, PA. And all the stencils themselves are inside a wax paper envelope in there. And then the outside one has, the outside envelope says copyright 1964. So this is great. I mean, you can do so much fun stuff with this. Now, I can remember getting white paper as a kid, and we would use big stencils like this for birthdays and for Christmas time. We had the wax paper stencils for doing the wax on the glass or the spray foam for the snow.
Oh my goodness.
We would make our own wrapping paper for a while there when I was real little, and we would use stencils and white paper for Christmas paper. So the Pennsylvania Dutch stencil set is $6, and it's number 78. $6, number 78 for this neat stencil set. I was so surprised to find out it had never been used. That's I just like the envelope because I like unicorns.
And hi, Missy.
Now I had it on the tip of my tongue and then completely forgot who made this because it's not marked. It is a neat piece of glass. It is milk glass, and then it has this wonderful color around the edge. And I had just drawn a blank. I hate that. I was looking through my notes too, and I couldn't write it down.
It's Indiana glass, but I'm not 100% sure. They did that design in like 1,000 different color combinations.
Yeah. And I love that, like, the inside is nice and smooth, except for like this square in here. Mm-hmm. And then there's a little bit of a red circular edge around here. There's no chips to it. It's in great shape. And then the back is got this wonderful diamond pattern. And then the square here, but even this has lines that go to a center point.
It's a beautiful dish.
It's a beautiful dish. And I was tempted to keep it and go this way because then I could sit something for Christmas on top of it, like a Santa or something. But I don't have Santas, I have snowmen. Wouldn't that look like a mound of snow? Would be kind of cool. So it is 6 3/4 inches across from, point to point, but it is in great shape. There's no little chips to any of these points. It's a wonderful little dish. It is $10. And it's number 69. And when I find my note that tells me who made it, I will make sure I put it with it so that you have that to know who the maker is. Because we did, after a long while, finally ID the thing. But it is $10, number 69. And that was my 2.
Okay.
There is.
Let's see. Okay, I have a beautiful beaded bowl So this is all made out of wire, and then it is beaded. Then you can see the wire running through it to give it structure. And it's all these beautiful multicolored beads, and then there's a band of silver. And you can see let's see, it's right here where the seam is, where it was connected. Here's the outside, all beaded up. And then the top has like a little ruffle to it. So you can see they've put like 2 beads in to give it a little bit of a wave all around the top. And it's just about trinket dish size, which is about almost 6 inches across. It's just so much work, absolutely beautiful with all the beads. And this is $20, and it's number 14, all done with beads. And there's the seam again that was put together. It is just lovely with all the colors. And then I have, oops, let me get this. So this is a little jam jar. Here is the opening where the spoon would go. And then it is just a glass dish with a rim around it, and this little pear top fits right on top of there. And then you have this cute thing that looks like a little pear. And then, oops, where'd the spoon go? There it is. And then there's the spoon hole. And this is going to be $10. And this is some kind of a silver plate because I did wash it, but I did not polish it. So if you like it natural, it is natural, but you can polish that because that is silver plate. And this is $10, and it's number 13. So $10, number 13, a little jam jar. And those are my 2.
Okay.
And Book, you are very complimentary. Thank you very much.
Come on. One of mine is fighting with me. It doesn't want to come out of the packaging here. Come on. Well, I didn't want to rip the bag, but I'm ripping the bag. So these are from 1995. And I don't have too many of them. I just have the 5 of them. But they are old Coca-Cola advertising images. Whoops. So they basically were, there's more trade cards out there than just, the sports ones and the Victorian ones. There's a lot of ones from the 80s and 90s. Trading cards had kind of a resurgence with a really crappy stick of bubble gum that came with some of them. But I have these 5 now. They are in great shape and really could be kind of cool. They're a little too big for me for what I do. I have to make some for the winter, and I haven't done it yet. Haven't had a chance. I would take the Victorian trade cards because they're about half the size of this, and ones that were damaged, I would make little frames around them so that they would be dollhouse sized art. Oh. But these are a bit too big for that. These are too big to be used for like dollhouse size artwork. Because if you frame that and hung that on a dollhouse wall, that's a massive painting for dollhouse size. So we have the 5 1995 Coca-Cola cards, and it's $4, and it's number 71.
Now, what is the story with the woman? What does it say on the back about? I have to know.
Which one is she?
She's the first one.
She's like really dressed up nice with a big old magnolia flower on her. This lady remembers to bring home a 6-pack of Coca-Cola in this cardboard cutout Used in advertising by the Coca-Cola Company in 1940. Attractive advertising displays like this were seen in grocery stores and other such locations.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, but who goes out shopping even back in the day? Nobody went grocery shopping looking that good.
Well, you did if you were stopping at the store on your way home from work.
If you were stopping, I think, from somewhere where you were just stopping from your job on the way back. Now, it's funny, is like this one I remember seeing somewhere, and with the hot dog.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
I can't remember, and it was in something really old too. So the hot dog one was a hanging cardboard cutout that advertised Coca-Cola in the early 1930s, and was often meant to be hung on the wall in the soda in the soda fountain places. But yeah, that one's in 1930s. But I seem to remember seeing that as a cardboard cutout somewhere, and I don't remember.
I think they used that a lot throughout the years.
Yeah, I think that one got used a lot.
And it looks like we have Thomas for those. Wonderful.
Okay. Thank you, Thomas. Now, the next thing I have is an offer up, simply because I've never seen weeping gold animals before.
Wow.
I have seen vases, salt and pepper shakers, little serving dishes, most often candlesticks, but never an animal.
And we're going to start this at what?
We're going to start this at 8.
Okay.
Because this is just really, really cool. And of course, trunk up, which I understand is supposed to be the more good luck thing, is if the trunk is up. Now, it's odd, because on one side, I kind of thought it had tusks, but it's really hard to see on that side. But on this side, you can see it right here. So I think the mold, whatever mold they use, the lines were getting, sometimes the more often they use a mold, the softer the lines get. So, but there's no mark on it at all. Now, I do know that the only time I've ever found weeping gold marked, it's been a paper label. So I think that's probably why he doesn't have it. But he is really something cool. He is 5.5 inches long, and he's 4.5 tall with that trunk up. But I've never seen a weeping gold animal before. And I do know we have some people who really like elephants in our community. Yes. So I thought, I'm going to bring him along.
And hello, Lynn Mack.
Hi, Lynn. But he's just so cool. And I really like the trunk. You can really see there's little lines. Just like on the real trunks, there's all these little wrinkles. And they have that all the way down to this little part here. So up close, you can see where there are some lines to his legs and on the tail to give him some definition to the skin. But it's almost, it's almost hard to see it, because that weeping gold, that reflection of it, detracts. Now, gold being as soft as it is, you can tell where on the top there's a little bit of wear, like where you would pick, like if you picked him up like this, and there's a little bit of wear here and then on his rib cage on either side. But other than that, and it didn't wear off to the white. A lot of times the shinier gold part, if that comes off, it's usually pure white underneath, because I accidentally ruined a piece that way. But not this piece. This piece is great.
So we'll start counting this one down. And hi, Jan. We are going once. We've got Lynn Mack at $8 for this lovely elephant.
You too can have a gold elephant for your manger scene.
Going twice. It's a very progressive manger.
Oh, yeah. The sheep are off on holiday, so somebody has to stand in.
And we are sold.
Okay. Thank you, Lynn. And that
was
there.
2?
That was my 2.
Okay. So speaking of mangers, I have a nativity, and this is a Hawaiian nativity set. So let me get the pieces over here. So we have Mary and Joseph. And here is the baby Jesus. And these were all done handmade in Hawaii. I'm going to do these as an offer, and I'm going to start them at $15, and then I'm going to show each one up close. So I will start with Mary. You know, I don't know who Lois Egan is, so unfortunately, I haven't ever seen her, so I'm not a good one to ask on that one. So this is all made out of natural materials. And she's got a really cute painted on face. Here is the back. And then on the inside, get it this way, and then I think you can see it. And it does say that she is handmade in Hawaii by someone, I don't know, Daneke maybe? I think it's Daneke is who made her. And she is almost 5 inches tall. So that's Mary. And then I will show Joseph here. Also, all natural materials used to make him. Very nicely made and also signed. And then I will show here again, all natural materials. And that is the baby Jesus with a nice leaf on the back there. Okay, so again, these were starting at $15 for the set. And then I'm going to show a bowl. Now, I don't know where this one was made, but it is a nice carved out bowl, and I really like how it is round, but it's a kind of an optical illusion with the cut of the wood that was used that makes it almost seem elongated, but it's really not. It's really just a round bowl. So I thought that was a really fun optical illusion that they did with it. And then the outside here is done kind of like maybe flower petals. And then you can see the beautiful texture of the wood and how it is all carved out. I thought this was very nicely done. And it is a larger bowl in that it's, oh gosh, probably about 12 inches long and about 6 inches tall. Here is the bottom. Again, just beautifully carved wood to create this effect. And this is $15, and it's number 12 for this bowl. And those are my 2.
Okay. I have an 1889 correspondence book. Now that does have a flaw. You see there is a stain on the front there. And now inside it has an inscription, and that's dated 1921. But the book itself is entered into an act of Congress in 1889. And it is the William and Rogers series, Business and Social Correspondence. It is a textbook for use in all schools in which the subject is taught. And it's really pretty interesting because it goes through like the parts of a letter like we would think of, but it also has everything from different ways to fold it. I found it to be a surprising read because there was so much more to this than I would have thought of. And it's not nearly as dry as the books on correspondence that I had in high school, because they literally were strictly just business format letters. And this has everything from proper ways to write invoices for goods. It has proper ways to write up the receipt for the bill of goods. It has exercises for letters for application. It has ways in which a telegraph should be written out. It's just got so many different things. And for social correspondence, the amount of stuff under that, there's everything from letters of introduction, which you rarely kind of do that anymore, letters of affection, personal letters, letters of friendship, letters of congratulations. It goes on for about 12 pages of the different types of letters there are. And I just found it really interesting. Some of them were funny, about letters opened through mistake, and they would be expected to, what you could write on the envelope, you could write opened by me by mistake, and you would sign your name and give it back to the postal worker, who would then get it to the right person if it was dropped off at the wrong house. But it has so much of etiquette of stuff that you just never think of today. But it if nothing else, it was a really cool read and really cool to look through it.
That is a lost art.
It is from 1889. And the funny part is like there's a couple of pages on there's exercises about how you write, and there's a 2-page spread in there, and it shows somebody doing handwriting and how they just wrote it really quickly, and then they went back and corrected about, hey, your L should be fully formed and this shouldn't have this much slant. And it shows ways to clarify your handwriting so that your cursive isn't so pinched and tight that you can't always tell what the letters are. So basically they would have just, frowned upon doctor handwriting, because we all know doctors have handwriting. You can't even read their own name. So, but this 1889 book, it's $10. This from 1889, and inside is all, I think I found 2 pages that had some pencil notations in it, but everything else inside is nice and clean, and the binding's nice and tight. So it is $10, and it's number 83 for the 1889 correspondence book. $10, number 83.
And Christine, I got you for the nativity. I saw your note. Thank you.
Okay.
And hi, Lori.
Christine D. Hello, and thank you. I don't think I know you, but that's okay. We'll get to know each other. Now, I'm purging some of my massive collection of stationery. I spent 6 years working in Hallmark. That was a mistake. So I have this wonderful angel tin. Now, so many of us have actually seen this image. This image is reproduced a lot.
Oh,
but
yes.
It's a great tin. It's still shrink wrapped. It's still sealed. It's from Case Stationery Company. The paperwork on the back does not have a year. It does have a barcode. So I've never been in here. Okay, so it's Raphael's Angels from the Sistine Madonna, which I guess would be the Sistine Chapel. But it has this great metal box. It has stationery and folded note cards, 20 writing sheets, 8 folded note cards, and 18 envelopes. That's everything you get in there. But then you also get this great tin, which always made me, I don't know about you, but this always made me think of Valentine's Day because they just remind me of Cupid.
Yep.
Being with their little kids, you know, with the wings. So the unopened angel tin and stationery, this is $8 and it's number 66. $8, number 66.
Hi, Steph.
And I still do go through a ton of postcards because I use them with my Boy Scouts, and they never lose the postcards, most of them, but they'll forget emails all the time. But when I give them advancement reports twice a year, and it'll be, if it can fit on a postcard, they get a postcard. If it can't fit on a postcard, they actually get snail mail. They get a letter with everything written out on it, and they never lose that because to them, it's such a rare treat to get real mail. And that they just seem kind of fascinated by it. So, but yeah, that is a good deal.
That is a good deal. Okay, I've got something fun here that I'm going to do as an offer. And I'm going to start this at $8. Let me get this in here. Hello, Doug. So this is technically it's a coloring book, but it's also a language book for American to Japanese. And I got this at a yard sale from a gal whose mother-in-law was actually a teacher in Japan, and she taught American, English, but more American to Japanese. And so this is the one that is from 1960. And so this is an offer starting at $8. And so what you have in here is, so here's the English dog and bow wow wow, and the American kid playing with the dog. And so this is the coloring book portion, but you're also learning the language. And then here it is in Japanese, and then you have the Japanese kids playing with their dog.
Inu. Hey. I'm surprised they don't have a Shiba Inu dog on there, which is
they don't.
Japanese dog.
And then here are the cats that have clothes on, as cats do. And so there they are for the cats. And then here is the Japanese version. But isn't that cute? And so
you're killing me, Trisha. You're killing me.
So I won't show them all, but there are, let's see, there's a mouse, a pig, a horse, a cow, and then a frog. So the frog is the last one. I'll show that one. So here we have the English or the American frog and the kids playing. And then here we have the Japanese. So it's not a huge book. It's a thin book. But I just
you're challenging me, girl. So you are challenging me with that frog. I don't remember frog. The reason I'm laughing, everybody.
Oh, and there's a donkey too.
I grew up with a Japanese aunt from Hiroshima. So some of those words I remember. But then she got to frog, and I'm like, I have no clue.
5, 6, 7, 8, so 16. So there's, I guess, maybe about 16 pages, maybe 18 pages in all. And so there we go. But yeah, really fun little coloring book. And then, yep, you can learn your Japanese phrases for all of those. So right now I have Bethany, and hello, Bethany. You are new to me, and welcome. And maybe you've been here, but you just haven't jumped in the chat yet. And so I've got you at 11 for the high offer right now. And so I'm going to start counting this one down. So we are going once. And we've got Carrie at 12. And then I need to advance that a little more. There we go. And going twice. And I don't do just in case, but you can't outbid yourself. So you can continue to bid. You'll never outbid yourself, but I don't do just in case bids. I know it's kind of like some do and some don't, and I'm one of the ones that does not. And last call on this book, last call. And I will say sold, and then I will wait for a little bit of the lag. And we are sold. And then I will wait and make sure my chat does not jump, which has a tendency to jump before that sold comes through. Okay, and I do see Carrie T for 21 on that one. And thank you very much. And I am going to do actually another offer item. And this one, and I'm sorry today for the sale, I did not get a picture of fairy lamps. It was a very, very, very busy week. And I do apologize. I did not get my picture of the fairy lamp on there, but I'm going to do this really pretty. This is kind of like the custard blue. Well, it's a very frosted blue hobnail. And I'm going to start this one off at $25 for this Fenton fairy lamp. And so it does have the Fenton mark on the bottom. And it does have the beautiful blue hobnails. I'm going to take the top off here so I can show the bottom. So all the hobnails around. And then here is the ridge, which is in very nice condition, and the inside. And then the top also has the hobnails on it. And there is the inside and the top. And I do have Carrie for 25 on this one. And this is the Fenton blue. And let me get that on there. It does just fit right on there nicely. This is the 4.5-inch size, so it is the smaller size. There we go. And I'll go ahead and start counting this one down. We are going once for the Fenton hobnail fairy lamp. There, and going twice. There, and oh, we've got Christine D coming in at 27. And oh, nope, Christine D still there. And Zen. Hello, Zen. Good to see you. So we've got Zen at 28 on this beautiful blue. And I will say last call on this one. So get your final offers in. Oh, and Nancy, if I do have Christine's information, if we need it, if for some reason
I think I have, but I just went looking for Christine, and I'm like, I'm not finding her. So good.
I know sometimes it's hard, and I know with my email, because I'm .net, I know sometimes I don't get the emails because, like everyone else, I always type .com, you know, whatever, gmail.com and .com, and because mine is .net, I know that some people just automatically type .com.
Mine's the same problem. I have .net on mine.
There we go. I probably do, Carrie. I probably do. Okay, so we've got Zen at 35 right now, and we're still at last call. Everybody get your final offers in for the lovely Fenton hobnail fairy lamp. And we've got Christine at 37. And usually once we get your information, we're usually pretty good. We've got it in our records, and it's usually just the one time we need it. But I know it's really hard to remember who has your information and who doesn't. And even I have that problem at times. It's like I'm on a sale and I'm like, I don't know if you have my information or not. So sometimes I'll just send it again. And okay, last call. And I am going to say sold. And then I'm going to wait for the lag on this one. But we are at sold. And we got Christine at 37 as the high offer right now. And I've got that in the chat, and I'm going to wait just for a second to make sure it doesn't jump, because sometimes the chat does jump, which it just did there. Okay, so I've got Christine at 37, and thank you very much. And we'll go on to Nancy.
You know, I have to laugh. Every time I'm on with you and you bring out a fairy lamp, you keep seeing my eyes go over there, because that amber lily of the valley has yet to make it to my china closet, because it's up here where I can see it every day.
Nice. Very nice.
And for those of you that weren't in on the joke of that, I didn't know that was coming. I had technical difficulties during the sale that I was selling in on Trisha's channel, and that sold. And then they said, send it to Nancy. And I had no clue, because everybody, by the time I came back, everybody in the chat kept quiet about it too. I had no idea. And then when I opened it up, I was doing a friend mail and had no clue that's what was in the box. I couldn't imagine what Trisha was sending me. So you got the bare bones burial, tears in my eyes and everything when I opened up that sucker, because I'm not a huge glass person, but that fairy lamp just blew me away. And then, of course, because it has Lily of the Valley on it.
Yes. and yes, and Sam from the Pink Elephant Parlor, to which you guys, if you are not subscribed to the Pink Elephant Parlor, subscribe to her channel. While you're talking and showing that item, I'm going to find her link for her channel.
Amazing stuff too. She finds the most amazing little figurines.
Yep.
Sometimes just has me drooling over them. So I have some Victorian trading cards. Now, this set is it's called Time and Money in different countries. Now, this first part is a little older. And some of these countries, so these are from before World War II. And probably looking at the names on the back, I'm betting it's from before World War I, because you have Russia, you have Lapland, Arabia, Persia, which is now Iraq, Morocco, Norway, and Portugal. Now, all these earlier ones are from Captain Navy Cut Tobacco. But then I have one that's, you can tell, is newer, but this is from W.D. and H.O. Wills. So a lot of the companies, as the smaller companies went out of business, the bigger tobacco companies would buy up their prints for making the cards, and they would reissue them later. Now, the difference in these is probably about 30 years between when I found that this company disappeared and then this company took over and this one was printed. So these are most likely pre-1900 or certainly before 1914. And then W.D. and H.O. Wills, this one would have been from the 40s. So you have all of these, and they're all faces, so you can use them for journaling, for artwork where you want to have little images of different people. But I'm also including these two with it because I only have the two. They are little, like almost like paper doll cutouts, and it's from a series called Children of All Nations, put out by Ogden's. And this one is Scotland, and then this one's Siam. So you have these two with it. So altogether, there's 10 different cards with different faces on them. And this is $6 for all 10. And it is number 52. $6, number 52 for the 10 Victorian trade. Well, they call them, these are the Victorian cigarette cards. These narrow ones all came with cigarettes. So I see Carrie T for that. And I have another set that's a set of 15. And this set is all newer. This is by Carrera's. So this set would have been it's a mixed set. So I have the Carrera's one, which is Birds of the Countryside, which is a really nice color. Now this one would have been 1950s. But then I have John Player and Sons, and I have 4 wild bird cards, which have warblers, a grebe, 2 different kinds of grebe, and a wren. So the grebe is some kind of a duck. So you have that. Now John Player is the big name. They were putting stuff out right up into the 60s. But I think these are probably from the 50s. And then this is Birds and Their Young, also a Player set. And these are all in pretty good shape. There we go, that way. So you have the parent, you have the nest. They're really cute. And you have things like jays. Now, because it is British, you're going to see more you're going to see birds that you're not necessarily going to see here, because I don't think there's a hawfinch in the U.S. And that one's a sparrow. Is that the sparrowhawk? No, that one's the sparrowhawk. I think we do have those in parts of the U.S. So there's 15 of the bird ones, and it's $7 for all 15 of the cigarette cards that are all different types of birds. And that is $7, number 65. One of them just ran away. There we go. But there's 15 of these. So it's $7, and it is number 65 for the bird cards. And that's my 2.
Okay. Now, how are we doing on time with you?
We're almost to our 24, so we're actually doing okay. I have not heard the alarm clock up there go off yet, so
Okay.
Mike's not ready yet.
And do you see Jennifer Miller?
Speaking of the alarm clock.
Oh, did it just go off?
It just went off.
Okay.
Okay, so I see Carrie T for 52, and then 65 is Jennifer Miller.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and so then do you have to go then because the alarm went off? Okay.
I probably have about 15 minutes. So I'll have just enough time to get through everything and then maybe one or two things.
All right. So I have these beautiful pink bottles, vases, however you want to use them. It's kind of a daisy and buttons pattern on them. Here is the bottom that just has a number 1 from what I can tell, just a number 1 on there. These may have had like cork stoppers in them. I am not sure, but I thought these would be super cute as like a little pair of vases. I love the little design, love that they're pink. They're so pretty. And this pair is going to be $16, number 26. So it's $8 a piece, but $16 for the pair. And then I have a pair of blue little cordial glasses. These have beautiful gold flowers. And then it's kind of an ombre effect with the blue as it gets darker towards the center. Gold rim on them, and then gold around the base also, which is also blue. Beautiful little blue cordial glasses. And these are $14 for the pair, and it's number 1. And we'll go back to Nancy.
Okay. I have a wonderful hand-painted Japan iridescent plate. Now, I do know that when it's this lighter orange and the grayish blue, that this would have been from the early 30s, because these were the first colors. When you get the really brighter orange and a truer blue, that came later. That came closer to the 40s and then after, right after the World War II. So I did learn from, I think it was from George, the antique nomad, who had said that that was the earliest stuff. Is a more, like the lighting here almost makes this look darker than it is, because it's really almost more of a pastel kind of orange. But look at the bird and the detail of all this. This is an offer up. This 1930s iridescent plate is going to start at $8. Usually you find these and they have a lot of wear on them, and this one doesn't. It doesn't have any wear. I don't see any silverware scratches, and they used all this little white is raised up. This is what they call slip work, where they take some of the porcelain clay and they mix it with a little more water so it's kind of runny, and then they put it on it like they do icing. And that slip work outlines the flowers. There's little dots on the flowers here, and it's just so, so pretty. And I think the actual black lines might have been a transfer, but all the coloring is hand painted. Because when I looked at it really, really close under the jeweler's loop, all the black lines of the cherry blossom branches, do look like they were a transfer, but all of the inks you can see up close. And this is just beautiful gradation in color, because this one looks so much like a watercolor because of how pale the outer leaves are, and then you have the lighter blue. And the only thing that's a little off is somebody's hand must have been a little shaky, because they colored outside the lines a little bit on these two. Either that or the color ran a little bit. But it is a wonderful piece.
Is there a mark on the back?
Yep. It is 7 1/4 across, and it has hand painted Japan, and the symbol is it is the sakura flower, which is the cherry blossom flower, with an H in the center. Now, I didn't get a chance to look it up. If it had been an M, then I would know it was one of the subsidiaries of Noritake. I'm not sure who the subsidiary with the H would be, of what company that is, because I didn't double check that one. But I can now. But it is, even the basket at the bottom, this is hand colored brown underneath there. So
yeah, that is beautiful.
It's just a gorgeous, like, it's just a gorgeous example of what they could do with all that hand painting, because all the painting does look like a watercolor painting. When you see it, it is just lovely. And while you guys are looking at it, I can't see the chat right now, so Trisha will have to tell me if it's moving. I'm quick scrolling through the site I go to, looking to see who that H is, if I can get a quick ID.
Yeah, we don't have any takers yet, which is it is surprising.
I do have who it's made by. It is made by Hoto-Trisha and Company. If it has the word Shoten in the name, it indicates the name of the shop had its own kiln, and it would have been special to just that shop. And they went out of business in 1947, and the known mark that they have, when they have the same mark that's on the back here, was the mark used between the 1920s and 1930s and stopped in 1940. So it is a 20s, 1930s piece. And I will make sure I copy down that name and the information that I found. I knew I'd seen that mark, just couldn't remember who, because the website I use is gothborg.com, and they have a Japanese and they have a Chinese mark. They have separate pages, and there's easily 100 different porcelain marks for all the little tiny porcelain makers for Japan. Yep. There's easily 100 on their list.
Well, we don't have any takers, but I will say if anyone is thinking about this or watching the replay later, please contact Nancy if you are interested in that plate or anything else that she showed that she may not get a chance to re-show before she has to take off.
Yeah, because I keep hearing that alarm, but I'm not hearing feet moving. I may have to go wake somebody up.
Uh-oh.
All right, so we'll do the last offer up I would have for the night is I have this lovely piece of glass, and it has the white glass. It's weird to me because I don't know glass that well, but you can feel the white dots kind of on the outside, but then they're all stretched up through here, and it's a little pitcher. It does have a pontil on the bottom. It'll be hard to catch it in the light there, but
yeah, I can see it.
Smooth. It is all nicely smoothed off, and it is an applied handle, but it is just a beautiful little piece.
And we're going to start this at how much?
We're going to start this one at $7.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that's a good deal or not. I don't know my glass, but it is such a cutie that I thought, I know everybody's always looking for glass, and I did not, unfortunately, inherit a lot of glass. So I always look for neat little glass pieces to bring you.
No, that is a really cute little piece.
Cute. It's just such a neat little piece. and such a great coloring with the blue and the white, and blue and white like that you see that starting to come around for Christmas that goes into wintertime.
Oh, yes. I was exactly thinking that. It looks like snow.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could have this out for the winter. And if you really wanted to, if you're having a fun and fancy holiday dinner and you want to do an aperitif, which is basically a liquid dessert, you give somebody aperitif glasses are a little bit longer, and they're tall and narrow, and they're a little bit more than a shot. But you would give them a liqueur, like a flavored liqueur, like Bailey's Irish Cream or Grand Marnier, something that usually tends to be on the sweet side, so you wouldn't want a lot of it. And you could serve it out of that. A little pitcher of that for a little aperitif glass would probably be able to have about 6 people that you'd be able to fill up their little aperitif from this really cool little pitcher. So there's a creative use for you, and you've learned what aperitifs were.
And hello, Irish girl.
My great aunts used to have aperitifs, and as kids, we were never allowed to have them. And then I finally turned 16 and was allowed to have one. And my first one was Grand Marnier. So, but it is such a cute little piece. So I see Irish
girl. Yep.
And there's no chips. There's no cracks to it. It's just such a pretty little piece. Does make me think of snow now. That's going to be in my head because I hate the fall. Once the leaves come down, it just seems so dreary until you get some snow, which is in short supply anymore on the East Coast.
And I guess we'll start counting this one down. We are going once. And going twice. And last call on this one. And sold.
Okay. 2. Wait for the sold to pop up because the lag is real. I swear the lag gets worse the longer your sale goes.
That could be. Okay, I still see Irish Girl for 7, so yay.
Thank you.
Okay, and I want to make sure you get out on time because I know you've got a busy night ahead of you with your Boy Scouts.
Yeah, I have 4 older kids tonight and then all these 10 young ones. 11, 10 or 10. Because one of them is ahead of his patrol mates, and then the other 9 are getting their first rank. And this kid's worked hard, and he's already going up for the next one. So, yeah. Now I hear feet. So we should be good for the last 2 things, and then I'll probably have to run away then.
Okay. So I have a tin. This is a Caswell's coffee tin. This, I think, is from like the 40s. It's the 3-pound tin, so it is about 12 inches tall. It's a nice tall one. It's got a couple of dents in it, which is kind of to be expected. It was just a tin. On the top, it says steel cut. Just a fun little decor piece if you like tins or if you like risers for your little vignettes, something to put something else on top of. This is going to be $12, and it's number 3 for the great coffee tin. And Then I have this beautiful vase. It's a very mid-century modern oval shaped vase. It does say, oops, I'm going to say it's Cezanne, Japan on the bottom. And on the front, this little strip is painted. On the back side, it's not, it's just clear or ivory, the color of the vase. And again, it's a nice oval shape. So your flowers will be displayed more of like a little fan design. This is $10 and it's number 2. And those are my 2. We'll go back to Nancy.
Okay, so I have a vintage postcard. Now, I don't remember who did the Cupid kids, the little Cupid dolls, but I know there was an artist, there were a couple of artists that kind of knocked off and did similar. Now, this on the back says it is a kid comic printed in the USA by Bamforth Comic, which makes me wonder, and it's unused on the back, but it does make me wonder when it said Bamforth Comic if it was originally a newspaper comic that this might have been made, you know, from the same artist. Now the artist just says it has a signature and it just says D Tempest on the bottom. And it says, "Now then, can you read it?" And she's holding a magnifying glass over it. It says, "Why don't you write?" But it has that really Cupid doll kid look, except she's got clothes on. So many of the Cupids we see are naked. But this is a wonderful vintage postcard of those wonderful little kids that a lot of people I know collect and look out for.
Yep.
I was trying to pin down D Tempest, and D Tempest did illustration work from about 1900 up to it kind of disappears after World War II. So I didn't find too much info there. So it's an earlier card by an earlier artist, and it's $4, number 56, for the D Tempest kid comic or Cupid comic, whatever you want to call her. So that is $4 and it's number 56. And the last thing I have still has its paper label on the back, says handmade in the US by now I almost said Mountain Meadows, but there's an E on the end of that, which should say Mountain Meadows Pottery. And it has a website, so it can't be too awful old, but isn't that a riot? Let me get this straight. My grandchild is a cat, and it's got the kitty in the pram. So I just thought that was too funny, and it's a nice little pottery plaque. It does not have the gloss on the back. It does still have the original label. But it does have the nice shine, you know, it has been glazed across the front, but it is just so cute. And there's a lot of us with kitties. So the cat plaque is $8 and it is number 79 for the cat plaque. $8, number 79. And how many of you have a furry grandchild? So that is my last little piece.
Okay.
Now I hear footsteps.
All right. So don't go anywhere, folks, because I will go ahead and continue on with the sale. I've still got a couple more pieces to show that I brought because I knew, there we go, that Nancy would need to take off early. So I brought a couple of extras. And thank you so much, Nancy, for being here. And
thank you for having me. And you know, and if anybody saw anything that didn't sell, those that came in late, if you go back and see in the beginning, you can always email me about it later, you know, and see if I still have it, and we can make a deal. You know, we can do it that way. But thank
Definitely.
you. I just love being on. It's always so much fun with you. And I will see you again on the 30th
Yes.
when I'm on the Saturday night.
Yes.
And get to be on Mischief Night. This could be fun.
Yes, we'll
go.
do something. We'll see if we can plan on doing something fun, because it will be kind of Halloween Eve night that we will be here for that Saturday night. So yeah, it'll be fun. So yeah, so thank you, Nancy. Have fun with the boys tonight.
Stick around. Stick around. She has more stuff.
I have more stuff.
I have to
That's
go
right.
get my scout uniform on and go. Trisha's still got stuff. So have a good night and have fun with Trisha. Bye,
all right,
everybody.
Bye, Nancy. Okay, so you get me now for the rest of the sale, and I've got some more fun things to show. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And so my next item is a needle book. This is a really neat needle book. It was made in Germany. And on the front here, or the back, depending on which side you look at, we've got a gal on a horse. And I love this one, woman driving a car. I think that is so cool to be depicted from a very old needle book. This side, we've got a gal looking out a snowy window with her kittens who are playing with the yarn. Now in here, we do have some needles still. I will show them. We've got some needles on the top, and I think several of these books still have a few needles in them. Now this one has come undone, but the spot is there. But I love the graphics on these. They are so cool. Queen Royal, Queen Victorian. Hello, Vinny. Good to see you. Hi, Nettie. And so for this really neat needle book, this is $15 and it's number 4. And I love the graphics on this one. Really outstanding. And since Vinny's here, I'm going to let everybody know, if you haven't yet seen my little reminder, Vinny is going to be joining me on Saturday night for the sale. So mark your calendars. You will want to be here on my channel 10 p.m. Eastern time, because Vintage Vinny will be here along with Stephanie from Thrifting Adventures. And Simon says, let's make a deal. So I will have all 3 of those wonderful people on. I'm looking forward to that sale also. And let's see, my next item is a pair of brass. They are brass enamel plates. Beautiful flowers on these. And the backs are decorated also. Now this one, it has one of these little dots still left, but the other ones are no longer on here. Still a beautiful plate. And for both of them, they are $10, number 5, and that is for the pair of plates, $10, number 5. Beautiful enamel work on these. Let's see. Those there. Okay, and then I have a single candlestick. Now this one I'm going to do an offer on. This is beautiful etched glass. And I'm going to start this at $12. And I'm going to get in here close so you can see this gorgeous design. I wish there were 2 of them. Unfortunately, there is just the one. Here is where the candles go, the openings. And again, I'll show that beautiful design. And then I'll get in close here so you can see I love this etching. I just think it is amazing having the geometric design and then the floral design in the center, and it is the same on the other side. And this is just a really striking candlestick. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice thick glass. Also, you can see how thick this glass is all the way down. Really well made. And here is where it's attached on the bottom. Just amazing. Okay, so we'll let everybody think about that one. And let's see, I will go on to this item. Now, if you have a more modern house and you are looking to have it have a more vintage feel, I have 5 brass light switch plates. So if you just have the more modern plastic ones in your house and you want light switch plates with a little more character, these brass ones would look fantastic. And again, I've got 5 of them. And they are $15, number 22, for the 5 brass light switch plates. Again, just gives your house a little more of a vintage feel. Okay, next up, I have a bowl. This is an amazing. This is from what I can tell, this pattern was done in 1949. It is Gardens of Roses. It's the Santa Anita ware made in California. I saw one posting that said 49, and I definitely could see that with the beautiful look of these roses. Hi, Nate. And this is a nice big bowl. Really outstanding size. It's about a, let's see, about a 10-inch bowl. And let's see, Book would like number 5. Okay, hold on. Okay, number 5 to send to Debbie Vitale. All right. Okay, thank you, Book. Get those over there. All right. And this gorgeous bowl is $18, and it's number 21. So $18 for the Garden of Roses Santa Anita ware. Nope, I'm going to put that over there. Okay, then I have a really cute little donkey plate. Look at that. So donkey and peppers. And I would imagine he's got like a little basket full of peppers on his side. He is marked on the back, Ellie Arnold. So I guess Ellie Arnold is the one who painted this. And I just thought he was really cute. Nicely done on the little donkey and the lovely little scrolling peppers on the plate. Hello, Erin. It's about a 7-inch plate, and this is $8 And it's number 20. So, and it's just a little shallow plate. Would even be cute hanging on a wall. Okay, let me grab this one. Now, this one is really pretty. Does have a couple of condition issues, though minor. And I'll show one right off the bat. You can see we got a little chip right there. We've got the edges where there's a little bit of chipping. I'll show the back really quick. That this was made in Portugal. Really nice shape. And look how beautiful this is. So even though there's a couple condition issues, I thought this one was so beautiful. And again, for people who love hanging these kinds of things on the wall. Hi, Christina. I thought this was just outstanding. I'm going to get in here close so you can see all the beautiful detailing of this plate. There, and I'll go over here. But isn't that just beautiful? And I thought so many people do blue and white that this would just be a lovely accent piece. Or even if you had a counter and you had just a plate stand to stand that up and just have that be a piece of decor. I thought it was just gorgeous. Again, painted in Portugal. This is $6 and it's number 19. So $6, number 19 for this beautiful kind of the deer dancing around in the flowers. And let's see, what else? Oh, this. So I have this little, it's a little box with drawers for buttons, needles, and then needles and pins. All these cute little handmade drawers. Oh, Heaven Bound Farms 19. Thank you so much. Let me grab that really quick while I show this off. Here we go. Okay, and this has a little hole on the back here, so you could hang this on the wall. I just thought this was a very fun little retro look to it, and for any sewing room, this would be such a fun little addition to store all your little notions in. This is $12, number 7. $12, number 7 on that one. And then let's see. I've got another Christmas brooch. And I'm going to do a quick little offer on this one. So I'm going to start this at $10. And it is a little sleigh with little packages in there, and you can see that there's little rhinestones in it for the bow, little enamel leaves on it, on the sled. There is no signature that I can see on here. But I just thought that this was such a cute little design. Little sled, rhinestone packages. And again, this is an offer starting at $10. And you can think about that one. We'll come back to it. And then I'll look around really quick. I think I am just about to the end. I've got one item here, and then one Christmas item, and then one other item. Now, this is a little bell. He's got little I'm going to say he's got little dangly bells there, like little balls hanging off there. He does have a couple of missing. One right there and one right there. He is missing. Those jingle, and then his legs are like the little clankers on there. He is made in China. And because he's missing a couple of his bell balls, he is going to be free. So he is number 30, and he is free to anyone who would like him. Maybe craft him or repurpose him or repurpose the parts, or if you happen to have little bells to add on to him. And I've got Deanne Campbell for that. Thank you. Let me get him over here. There we go. Okay, and then I've got, I think, one last item, and then I'll go through kind of quickly and I'll re-show a lot of the items that didn't sell. So this is a beautiful little teapot and cups. It is a wall hanging. You can see it is all strung up. It's done out of clay and then beautifully hand painted. This little teacup or teapot, and then the two lovely little teacups that are also painted. It has a very like Russian or Ukrainian look to me with the way that this is painted, very folk art. And it's a nice size. It's going to add a nice splash of color wherever you have that hanging. And this is $12, and it's number 9. $12, number 9, for the beautiful teapot and little cups. Again, very folk art looking. And okay. That's true. That's true. It does have a kind of Mary Engelbright look to it. I can see that. Okay, so I think I've gone through everything one time. So I'm going to, I guess I'll start over here and I'll grab some of the items that didn't sell. And I'll start with the tin. This is the 3-pound coffee tin. It is about 12 inches tall. This one is $12 and it's number 3. And this is an older tin. It does have a couple of dents in it, but it's a great 12-inch riser for your displays. See, I'm going to set that right down there. Okay, I've got the little kitten figurine. So we've got a mom. We've got 4 kittens. Does not say where it was made. Probably the remnants of a sticker there. Has a kind of Yadro kind of feel to it. And this is $12, number 27, for the mom and 4 kittens. I've got the mirror. This is a beautiful cloisonne. Blue and red cloisonne. Oh, Lynn for 27. Okay. Lynn Vogel, thank you. Let me grab that. And oh, I did forget one item, but sitting right here next to me. Okay, let me grab that one next. So the cloisonne mirror, it is a small 5-inch mirror. It would be lovely on a dresser, on your vanity, or you can, it's small enough, you can put it in your purse. Here is the back side there and the metal handle. This is $18, number 15 for that. And then let me grab the one item I forgot, which is an Afghan. So here is a beautiful fall color Afghan. It has browns and orange, yellows, all kinds of colors. And this is a throw size. Let's see, I did measure this. It is 38 inches across and 52 inches long. So it's just a little bit bigger than a yardstick across. So kind of for one person sitting on the sofa, get most of you covered with it. And it's just beautiful, beautiful fall colors and very nicely stitched. Really a lovely job on this one. And again, it is 38 inches by 52 inches. And this is $16. And it's number 11. So $16, number 11. And again, very nicely made. Okay. Get that back folded up. Oh, and Christine D., thank you very much. Okay, and then I had this little display. This is something that I made for a centerpiece for a ladies' tea. It comes with the little, it's a heart shape on like a grapevine wreath that's in the shape of the heart. I've got the applied butterflies to it, the little hurricane here to just keep it all nice. And then I've got the lights on it. So it does come with these cute little lights that are on the front and the back all around, just to use as a nice little display. And then what I've done with this is I flipped this tray over, and it's just enough room to then hide the battery pack underneath as you have it on. And this is $12, number 23. $12, number 23. What are the posters behind me? They are, oops, they're my kind of Halloween displays over here. So I've got Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. These are just new laminated. I love it. They're back in their mummy's arms. And then this one, these ones are actually my favorite. They're the Bowery Boys. And I love the, let's see, the Bowery Boys were also the Dead End Kids and something else. There were 3 different names for the Bowery Boys. These are the later ones. And this one, it's Monsterific, and it's the Bowery Boys Meet the Monsters. And so, yeah, so I just had a little splash of Halloween behind me with those. They are so fun. Okay, I had the bowl. This was the Santa Anita pattern. Beautiful pink roses in this bowl. This is $18, number 21. And I had needle book there and there. And thanks, Carrie. This was $15, number 4 for this awesome needle book. And then I have this wooden bowl. This one is so fun. It is beautifully carved on the outside. Kind of reminds me of like maybe cabbage petals on the outside. And then the inside is kind of an optical illusion from the way that it is carved out of the wood. It kind of gives the impression, oops, where do I want to have it like this? It kind of gives the impression that it's like an oblong shape, but it's really not. It's really a round shape. It's just an illusion because of the way that it was shaped into the grain of the wood. It's really cool. And this is a beautiful bowl. This is $15 and it's number 12. But yeah, I like the way it kind of plays with your mind, and it makes you think that it's kind of an oblong shape from the way that it's done. It is fun. Okay, I just did those. So I won't do those again. I'll show these real quick though. These are the pink glass little vases, or you could put corks in them if you wanted to have them as little bottles. They are kind of a daisy and buttons pattern. Pink glass for the pair. They are $16, number 26. Let's see, and I did those. I'll show the cordial glasses really quick again. Beautiful gold pattern on the smaller little cordial glasses. These are $14, number 1. Beautiful blue and gold. There. Okay. I have the little pear-shaped jam jar. This is like a silver plate. It does have a little bit of tarnish on it. Here is the, oops, where'd that little hole go? There it is. There's where the spoon goes in. And then the top is, or the bottom is shaped so that the top fits right on there nicely. And it does look like a little pear with the stem as the handle. This is $10, number 13. And it's a good size. It is a nice big size there. I have the beaded basket. This is the seam where it is wired. Oops, that is hard to do. Wired together right here. And this is a beautiful handmade basket out of beads and wire. There is the inside. And here's what it looks like on the outside. Beautifully made. This is $20, number 14. And it is about that big. I think it's about 6 inches. And this is a pink glass little tray. It has a floral design in the center, and then each of the sides here at the corners has a floral design. It does have a little bit of roughness on the edges, little flea bites, or they just didn't smooth it out of the mold, but it is a really nice size little dish, little serving dish. This is $10 and it's number 8. Okay, I have the Villeroy and Bach. This is a framed trivet. Nice design of a pretty gal right there. On the back here, it does say Villeroy and Bach, 2000. So for 21 years old, it is in fantastic condition, really good quality wood, and a really high quality tile. You could definitely hang this. There's some room back there to put a nail, and it does have the little silicone to protect your counter. This is $10, number 6. Okay. I have a cup and saucer. Beautiful pink flowers, or roses probably, and nice multicolored green leaves on this design, and a beautiful swirl. And you can really see the swirl on the saucer. That is just gorgeous. And so it does match. This is Creative Fine China, made in Japan. And the beautiful cup and saucer is $8, number 10. And again, it's got that beautiful swirl design. $8, number 10. I have turtle. Hello, Debbie. These are salt and pepper shakers. They are turtles. There's their face. They have these amazing drip glaze on them. I would imagine they're from the late 60s, early 70s, because they have the blue circle sticker on them. They do have their stoppers, and you can see they're made out of a really nice clay. And each one is different. This one has some geometric designs on top, and then it has a fantastic drip glaze. And then this one has a different design, same colors, and then a drip glaze on it. And they are on the larger side. This one has 3 holes, and this one has 4 holes on top. They are $15 for the pair, number 28. And I have this beautiful. Now, this is a copy of a piece. Hello, Fiona. This is a copy of a piece from a Greek museum. And I will say this is not a large piece. And this had to have been painted with one of the smallest paintbrushes known to man, because here is my finger and my fingernail, and look how small these designs are that are on here compared to my fingernail. Isn't that just incredible? So we have these lovely checks and the birds. Here's the inside, and this is marked copy, handmade, geometric period. Oh, I guess that's 700 BC. So this is most likely a copy of a piece that is in a Greek museum. And then it's sold to the tourists who come to the museum. Here is the lid. Beautifully done. And again, it is a gorgeous little jar. This is $10, number 24. And yeah, I just can't get over how small that design is, and how small that paintbrush must have been in order to do that. I have a Christmas ornament. Beautiful sequin and bead Christmas ornament. Oh, number 24 for Paula. Thank you. Nicely done with the velvet, ribbon, the sequin, the beads. Now this one is an older piece and it is on white. So I'm going to point out that it does have a couple of yellow stains on it just due to age and maybe storage condition. So I just want to point out that since this is on an older white satin ball, that there are a couple of yellow age spots. You could just ignore it and enjoy it as it is. Or if you were really crafty and creative, you probably could take each one of these bits off and put them onto a new ball. That could probably work. You've got the design right there. Just a matter of kind of deassembling it and assembling it on another ball if you wanted to. But it is in good shape now. But again, I just wanted to point out it's got a couple of the yellow spots on it. And this is going to be $10. It's number 35. Nancy did have to leave. She has Boy Scouts tonight. And so she did have to leave a little early. I guess October is when they do some of their administrative work with the boys. And so she did have to leave for that. Let's see. I've got another cup and saucer. Well, hello, Jody. This one is I love this pattern. Look how beautiful this one is with the flowers and the design. That is just gorgeous. This is Rosina. It is bone china made in England. And yes, I'm going through right now some of the items that didn't sell. Nancy has some also that didn't sell. Yes, so please do go back, watch the replay, and contact either Nancy or myself if you see something you're interested in. Also, I'll put Nancy's link in the chat again. And thank you, Jody. Thank you so much. And then this one is $8. It's number 16. I absolutely love the flowers on this one. They are so gorgeous. $8, number 16. Yeah, it really does. It looks like springtime with the blue and the pink. And even though we're heading into winter, you can have a little spring to get you through and brighten up your winter. And then I have these fun boxes, and I think these ones are going to kind of do it, but I do want to make one more announcement before everybody leaves. And oh, Demetris. All right. Thank you, Demetris. Let me find that other one. Let's see. That one is here. Demetris, Davis, and what is the other number? So I'm going to hold these up and let you guys look at this. And then you can kind of decide, what animal do you think this is? So I'll let you guys have a little discussion about what animal you think that one is. And okay, there's that one and this one. Okay, Demetris, I have you for both of the cups and saucers. Thank you so much. So this is a really fun, they are handmade, and I think the paper that these boxes are handmade out of, or made out of, is handmade also. Okay, so I see dogs and unicorns and deers. I have to say, I personally am leaning towards goat. That's just my thought on it. I'll show the whole thing here. So there are 5 images of the animal here. And each of them is done a little differently. And yeah, it's kind of one of those, it can be kind of any animal you want it to be, but I'm just curious as to what other people see, because I'm again kind of leaning towards goat on this one. So here's the bottom, and you can see the texture of the paper that kind of makes up this box. And here's the inside. And again, it's a very textured paper that is lining this. It is so cool. Very nicely painted on the inside. This one is also painted on the inside. And this one I think has oranges. I'm going to go with oranges on the outside. And then we have this lady with peppers on the top here. And these are just fun little trinket boxes. Love the size, love the shape and the images on them. And again, they have that kind of paper look and feel to them. They are, oops, and then I lost my sheet. Okay, what did I do with the sheet? So they are $18, nope, they are $10, number 18. Maybe I put that in the drawing. Let me see. Nope. Nope. Well, somehow I lost the sheet. So $10, number 18 for both of the boxes. And then I want to just say, before everybody heads out, I know most of you know Blind by Beauty, Britt, who pops into the chat whenever she can. I would like to encourage everyone, if possible, to please go and subscribe to Blind by Beauty's channel. I just put the link into the chat. She is starting to put up some videos, her and her son. They're going to Goodwill. They're showing their hauls and stuff. And he is just a bundle of energy. And I really would like to encourage everyone who watches this, please take a second and subscribe to her channel. Also, I'm going to put in a link. Now, she actually has a website also and has a makeup line, and she sells jewelry on her website also. And so if possible, take a minute, go to her website. Her makeup, I think, would be really fun ideas for stocking stuffers to use for, for Christmas and, just little gifts around. Not to go into too much detail, but her and her husband now have custody of his children, her stepchildren, a son and daughter. They're now full-time parents to the two kids. And I would just love to be able to help her grow her business, grow her channel, so that she can help give a little more support to the kids and be able to be there for the kids as they kind of transition into this kind of new phase of their life with living with them full time. And it's going to be a big change for her and a big change for them. And yeah, anything we can do, I think, to help her channel grow, help her business grow, I definitely think it will help her and kind of, help her spirits, help uplift her and give her some positivity. So again, I put and she does have links to her channel or to the website in the video. I'll put it in the chat one more time. It's just blindbybeauty.com. But yeah, if we can just kind of spread the word out and help her grow. And I know that her son, she said that her son would like to have a YouTube channel also and grow it. And I think that would be really fun way to really give him some, I think, self-esteem, keep his energy up, because he is a handful. He's got a ton of energy. When you see him with his toys that he's showing off, oh my gosh, he has a ton of energy. And so, yeah, so I just wanted to take this last minute or so just to kind of throw that out there. I know a lot of you know Britt. She comes into the chat whenever she is able to. And I know lately she hasn't quite been able to. And she had, oh my gosh, she's had, her back problems and COVID problems. And she's been through a lot this year. And as we're heading into the holidays, I just thought that, she's put out a couple of videos kind of explaining what's going on. And just wanted to, do what I could to help. And hopefully I'll remember to make a couple more of these announcements to, kind of get her channel to grow. And, that's kind of how we help each other out in this community. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys subbing. I know she will too. Really appreciate that. And yeah, if you have an opportunity, check out her website and her business. And I know she's really trying to grow that and have that be, another line of support for the family. So thank you guys so much. And thank you so much for your purchases today. And I know Nancy thanks you also. And if you see something, think about it later, rewatch the video, and you're interested, don't hesitate to contact me or Nancy. We've got the stuff here. We are happy to work with you on anything that you see. And with that, I'm going to send you off. I know that there's a ton of stuff going on tonight, and for the life of me, I am going to probably forget some of it. I don't know if Antiques from Karen, Jan is having a sale tonight. She might. She was popped in here and I forgot to ask her. So that will be in about an hour from now. In about half an hour, Vintage Uprising Texas, Tammy will be having a sale. Someone else is also, Missy sometimes on Wednesdays will have a sale. I think she had one on Monday, so maybe not on Wednesday. And then, let's see, Kat and Gina from Calypso Antiques and Vintage Digs. They have a lot of sales on Wednesdays also. And, oh, thank you so much, Tammy. I appreciate it. And I know Britt will too, very much. And yeah, and then I have the calendar, which, yes, I finally put it on the community page. I need to do another update. I'm working on doing another update for it. But yes, I've got a video out of all of the sales, all the chats, all the video premieres, all of the great things that are going on in the YouTube community. I do have it up on my community page to find the link really quick. So please take a look at that. If you know of anybody who has a sale, you have a sale, I need to make a change to the calendar, please let me know. I'm working on another update and I'll have that out in a bit. So, oh, thank you, Nettie. Thank you. I know she has some really great jewelry and crystals on her website. So definitely, so glad. So thank you guys again so much. I've had 4 big sales in the past 3 days, and I gotta go get organized now. My house is a little out of control. So I'm going to be spending the next couple of days organizing. And don't forget to join me on Saturday night when I have Vintage Vinny, Stephanie from Thrifting Adventures, and Sabrina from Simon Says Let's Make a Deal. They will be joining me on Saturday night. It is going to be a lot of fun. So yes, we'll all get to see what is Vinny like on a Saturday night. I know we are all dying to see Vinny come out of his little shell a bit and give us a little more of that personality on a Saturday Saturday night. I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you guys will be able to join us for a bit. I know it gets late on the East Coast, but I really hope that you'll be able to join in on some of the fun. So thank you guys. And I am going to go get myself organized. Yeah, because this is getting out of control. So thank you, and be watching for those invoices. I will start sending them again. And Lynn, I did get your email, and yeah, you're just fine. You know, life happens, and yeah, all good with me. So yeah. And okay, and with that, I'm going to click end broadcast. Thank you, everyone, and thanks, Jody. I appreciate the super chat.